Hello, beloved divinities. Hello. So I'm coming at you guys today with a full moon oracle deck read, along with we'll pull some tarot cards if I feel like it's necessary. If like Auset's guidance for this full moon is not very clear, I feel like using a variety of different decks today, so that's what we're working with. I don't really use my Moonology Oracle deck. I wish I used it more, but it is what it is. I got it because I really like moon themed stuff. So, if you're like me and you're not super up to date with astrological placements, or if you are, don't know if you guys are aware of this, we are in a full moon in Capricorn. If you work with Auset like I do, Mama Auset, or does also have like a lot of moon cycle themes. I'm gonna double check for sure, make sure I'm right. Pretty sure I am though. Okay, yep, so we are at full moon Capricorn. I'm like, why the fuck is my app that's supposed to follow the moon on like the fucking wrong thing? It was like saying a new moon. Yeah, I guess back in like earlier. Okay, where is that card? And if you do research on that and get to know her, as I get like my right ear starting to ring, you will see that she is associated with lunar deities as well, known as a lunar deity. Also, it's like, I mean, this is obvious because I'm pretty sure I pulled this card for you guys. Goddess of 10,000 names. She has a variety of different aspects that she kind of governs, so to speak. Yeah, so lunar queen, there's deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles and rest and replenishment as essential to balance our actions of power and demonstration. You're asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Yep, so like I said, Auset is known as a lunar deity as well. Let's see, is there another card? I thought there was like one more that might have been somewhere. Nope, it's just that one. So, aside from the fact that my cards are sticking together, what I do for my Auset full moon pulls, and I also do like new moon pulls for Auset too, but I want to do like a full moon pull for you guys for Auset. I pull 4 cards. I pull what is the current focus. I pull a card identifying like what is helping us, what we are leaving behind, or what did we master, what are we moving towards, and then like any additional things that we can do in order to, any additional things that we can do or practices we can incorporate in order to like align the energy. I don't think we'll need the tarot cards, but if I'm wrong, we're using the bone tarot. I haven't used this one in a while. Honestly, I really should just play around with my cards more. Like, I haven't played with my cards in a while, and like I can tell that like I miss playing with them. I love being in their energy. I love just reading cards. I haven't noticed that I felt extremely tired though after working with tarot lately. I could be wrong, it could just be misspeaking. I'm gonna double check. Sorry guys, the moon spread that I'm doing for the full moon is like my own creation more or less, so that's why I'm like trying to make sure I got everything right. I've only done it maybe 2 times now. Okay, so there will be a top card. The top card is going to be the current period. This card will be the period we left. This card that I placed on top of this one will be the practice that supports the current period. This card will be if we follow through that practice, what will be next for us. And then last thoughts go here. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and get this started. As I was doing some other things today, the vibes asked that I go over a protection video for you guys, along with double checking and renewing myself, like the protections I have for myself. Usually I find that protection is a regular thing that I do as part of my practice. I try to make sure like I regularly reinforce things and buff stuff up. But I also like, if I feel like I personally have grown in a way, I will also take time to buff stuff up then too, because I want to make sure that I keep my own personal energy protected. Alright, Mama Auset, please show us what the first card is going to be. Dark Healing Chamber. Alright, this is what we're looking at. Alright, so what's the practice that's going to support us as we do the Dark Healing Chamber? We go through the theory of Dark Healing Chamber. Miracle of Isis, okay. And what was the past period that we just got out of, or we left, that we mastered? Girl needs to be able to do her cards without them sticking together. Like, for real. I did a video on like how I clean my cards a while back. I don't know if I should do another one. Y'all let me know if you think I should do another one. Alright, so let's see. We mastered the Chariot of Ascension. We're going into Soul Retrieval. We did get Soul Retrieval earlier this week. And then, like, if you are part of if you're on my TikTok, you will know that I have been doing card reads, daily card reads every weekday. I don't do a card read. I don't do them on weekends, because weekends is when I'm like trying to record and do a whole bunch of other shit. So I am going to, never mind. I'm not going to say that, because I'm going to end up, if I end up not following through, you guys will be disappointed. I don't want to disappoint you guys. Alright. So. Dark Healing Chamber. The most challenging task is to take courage in both hands and journey within to meet your own dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to it. The sacred purpose of any enemy, within or without, is to push us to venture inward to seek and heal darkness within. So it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of shadow work for this moon cycle. I would say that this should be in effect for the next 2-ish weeks. I usually would consider this valid until the new moon, but I'm also getting the nudge from Mama Auset to say, hey, this might be in play until the next full moon as well. Miracle of Isis. Isis offers miracle healing. No matter how much you struggle with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship, or issue, or inner struggle being part of it, you're guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing, let go, and let the goddess be. So that's going to support us. That tells me that we are definitely like resistant to the healing that is going to be taking place during this period. And that's really just having the Miracle of Isis show up is really not the place for us to be resistant to the healing that is going to be present. Can I see if there's anything else that's coming into this? Well, seeing as like what we just got through with the Merkaba Chariot of Ascension, that tells me that we did level up at least recently. Somehow increase the amount of light we're holding. Yeah, back of cards reading spiritual practice has come or is coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice the chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul. So yeah, we did just go through a level up by getting the Chariot of Ascension Merkaba, and this just tells me that we are like in a period of growing pains. Cause like, I feel like once you get through something, once you level up spiritually, once you level up spiritually, I definitely get the feeling that like you, like new levels with new devils or some shit like that. It's something like that. What we'll be going into is soul retrieval. Isis, healing goddess, now offers you spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval. Reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Soon you will enjoy greater wellness, energy, and power. So be willing to go through the healing process, knowing that any emotional clearing taking place is leading you towards wholeness. Yeah, I feel like all these cards so far are really aligned. And I'm not just saying that because it's like her oracle or anything like that. I just think that we have a lot to benefit from for this healing process that we are currently entering into for this Capricorn full moon. I'm trying to see if there's anything else coming into this. I will say for this particular card, if I remember correctly, the ritual deals with a variety of crystals. It deals with like rose quartz. I know it deals with obsidian, and I think it deals with like maybe one other. And I mean that to say, with it having obsidian in the ritual, there is a possibility that this healing period that we go through could be extremely intense for us. And like, if you don't feel like, not so much if you don't feel like you can take it, but if you find yourself struggling, if you find yourself having difficulty offering yourself love and grace, I would recommend a rose quartz crystal during this period. It will literally be your best friend, as I like have one right here in the corner. I always have one up here, I feel like, because I even have one here. But yeah, you're definitely going to want to get yourself some rose quartz if you start struggling during this period. Let me see. But I think the other thing is with this is that, like, doing this healing, as we saw, it's going to lead us into soul retrieval. It's going to, I feel like I have nothing else to say on that. I feel like it kind of speaks for itself, and it's all going to kind of come together and work together. What is supporting us? High Priestess, a mystery to be unveiled. New clarity around your direction is unfolding. Or no, last thoughts. High Priestess, a mystery to be unveiled. New clarity around your direction is unfolding. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you're being led and for what purpose. Yeah, so that just affirms that this is for our highest and greatest good, this period that we're entering into. Now, I also real quick want to say, like, this is going to be dependent on you doing the work. Because if you don't do the work, we will not reach the soul retrieval part. And especially with, like, Miracle of Isis, just underneath the Dark Healing Chamber, I also feel like it's just really saying to be gentle with yourself. Like, that's the most you can do for this period. Looking at the High Priestess card, I would also say maybe you're going to need to take up, like, a new divination practice. As you guys know, I read tarot. And for divination, like, this is something I learned early on. You want to make sure, like, when you divine, you are able to, you want to know how to do multiple methods of divination, because by doing multiple methods of divination, as long as you yourself are able to remain impartial, you're able to double check and check back against things. Like, for example, if you want to go to someone for a reading, you should probably go to them and maybe another spiritual reader, just to make sure, like, you know, everything's lining up. Because if, like, two different people give you two different messages, there might be a problem there. It's just, like I said, it's just a fact check. It's just to make sure everything's straight. And, sorry, there's somewhere she's having me go with this. I feel like practicing the divination methods are going to be supporting you for the Chariot of Ascension, the Merkaba, as a spiritual practice. It may also tie into your purpose. You guys may be like myself and be readers as well. There can never be too many readers, guys. Like, if you love cards, I love cards because I love 3D art, and personally I love working with them. Like, do not be afraid to just start picking up, just pick up a set of cards, start pulling. I also feel like working with cards, especially tarot, helps get in touch with the intuition, just based on how tarot works, the amount of symbolism that goes with it, and everything like that. If you do tarot, I do recommend that you don't get, like, something like the Bone Tarot, which is what I got for my first deck. Instead, focus on getting something that's, like, in traditional imagery, like the Modern Witch deck or the Golden Art Nouveau. I'm picky. I didn't like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I thought it looked ugly. I know I shouldn't say that because, like, it was a queer woman that made that. Queer woman of color that did all of those illustrations. But yeah, the the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot is just like the regular original is not really my thing. So yeah, if you are like me and you don't like the aesthetic, definitely at least get something, like if you're starting out, get something with the original imagery, because like there's so much to be said in that original imagery. Sometimes I still even find myself, like if I'm using a different tarot deck, going back to just double check against the original imagery. Alright, I've kind of gone off on a tangent now. Oh, see, look at this. Goddess of 10,000 names. If you have felt constrained by a role, name, or identity and are wishing for assistance in growing beyond it, or if you have sensed a role or identity calling to you in greater expression that would love some divine help and growth, this oracle indicates that the help you need is already with you, urging your growth from within. I feel like this just, not only is that like a confirm for what I was saying earlier, how I'm like, guys, Auset stands for, it symbolizes so many things, she encompasses so many things as like a goddess of energy to work with, that really you can do no wrong with working with her, especially if you're called to work with her. And I feel like if you're seeing my channel, you might be someone that's called to work with her, but she, like I said, she's known as a lunar deity, she's known as a solar deity, she's known as like a mother goddess, she's like divine feminine, goddess of beauty, also tied in with Het Haru. You've also got like goddess of protection, she's known over life, she's known over death because she was the divine mourner for when Osiris died, she's over magic. Like, she is so versatile, however you want to say that. And I feel like she's just kind of wanting to, like, in this reading as like a reminder to say, hey, like, I am calling to you and this is what I have to share with you and bring out in your life. And as I say that, like, my incense smoke is trying to like fill my face. So it's funny because I just like popped all these out and I'm like, all right, Mama says, do I need to pull tarot? And she's like, no. So I guess that's it. So I will leave you guys with some tips on how to connect with Auset during this time, especially if you feel like she is calling you and will support you during this healing chamber time. One of my favorite incense to work with for Auset is Egyptian jasmine incense, or just jasmine incense in general. Like, I literally always burn it, especially when I'm doing divination, just to like give her thanks and recognize her as the conduit that I use in order to reach everything else. Another way would be with relating to her, like I said before, you got obsidian, you also have lapis lazuli, red jasper. She really likes red jasper. She's telling me to tell you guys rhodonite or rhodonite. I'll probably have to like link the name of it. Rose quartz. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I like having copper when I work with her. I would say copper is also good for Het Haru. As I said before, she aligns with the sun. She aligns with the moon. You can kind of do roses for her. I pretty much will do anything that would be remotely considered feminine. It's just that, like, personally, I'm like, I don't know if they really had roses back in Egypt. back in the day. I could be wrong. And she's saying, like, it's not like she wouldn't enjoy the smell. Like, she'd be okay with roses. Let's see. What else do I need to think of? She's had me bring up myrtle recently as like one of her things, and like seashells too. And I know, like, in some ancient record she was listed also as like Auset Aphrodite, or Aphrodite Auset, so that's something else to think about. I think like Het Haru is also considered Aphrodite. Doves, cows, hawks, especially female hawks. No, that's really it. Yeah, so like I said, you guys may be feeling like you're being called to work with Auset. I do recommend looking into her, studying about her. I'm hoping to do some videos on who she is as an energy and material. Check check out my TikTok because I do have posts about her there, along with posts on Osar and Divinities. I'm going to be posting about Auset's twin sister Nebhet very, very soon. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I need for her. I should give you guys. Oh, another one of her symbols is the Tayet, which is the knot of Auset. There is a picture of it in this oracle deck. I also recommend like getting this oracle deck. I really like using it to relate to her or like connect with her. I feel like it definitely like has her energy. And like I said, you're looking for the Isis oracle because there is an Auset oracle, but the art is different. I don't know how I feel about that one. You already know I'm trying to be over here all pro-black and shit, and like the other oracle deck doesn't look pro-black. I could be wrong, and I also feel like I need to give it a try. Sorry, she like told me to like run the cards through that incense smoke. Alright, Mama Auset. Alright, so this is the knot of Auset or Tayet. And yeah, it's funny because I pulled this one out as like, part of your spiritual destiny involves a special relationship with the goddess. This means not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded with power, protection, and abundance too. You're now deepening your connection to the goddess. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this entire message like just had, I mean, granted, I was trying to bring a whole bunch of her energy in, but I feel like she's genuinely trying to make a connection with you guys right now. And I personally feel like her energy is very healing and needed. It's a unique energy, I will say. It's definitely like an elevated energy as well. I have found myself having to like approach things differently. I don't really talk about it too much, but she has made me like slow down and rethink things and try to handle things in a different way than I normally would do, or like what one normally may do in situations, instead of just acting out of, sorry, distracted. Instead of just like acting out of like pure emotion, I find myself being a little bit more patient and being led to be like gentle yet firm, if that makes sense. Like showing that you can be both, yeah, because, okay, so one of my personal things with like just growing as a person is like, I find it hard to relate being gentle and firm at the same time. But I find when I'm in Auset energy, channeling her energy and focusing myself to align with her energy, I'm able to do that a lot better. And I feel like she's wanting to get that message across to you guys, and to also like just tell you guys that and have you guys reach out to her. Anyways guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Have a good full moon. Bye.